Okay, great morning, or is it afternoon? Oh, it's afternoon already, pretty late. I was asked about the Supreme Court, SCOTUS, what's going on with them when it comes to the immunity thing for Trump. So I'm going to go ahead and ruffle shuffle and see what it can tell us about that. The puppies are in heaven at the moment. Last night I had gotten baby back ribs and so that they could have bones. So they are in the midst of really enjoying their bones at the moment. Happy puppies. But let's see if it's going to tell us. I think, they want to try to drag it out as long as they can for their idol Trump. Now, I think they know they can't give him full immunity, but they just want to find some way to drag it out. But that's just my intuition on it, but we'll see what the cards have to say. Okay, so let's pick our first one out here. Is in the center of it all, change. Right. They're looking if they're going to end and change something. Now, that Trump says that, without immunity, presidents can't act. Well, they've acted since this country was started, there was never a problem. But all of a sudden now, if you don't do this, it's going to go to pot. So let's see, it's about change. Above it, are they going to stay the same? Hang it upside down? Are they going to turn it upside down? Are they going to stay the same? When it comes to changing this, when it comes to the arguments that have been made, okay? So again, are they going to overturn things and make this radical change with these arguments? Or is it going to stay hanging there status quo, okay, when it comes to this? Now, he wants them to change the law, but the law has been quite fine up to this point. So let's see what we have going into it. We have the community. Okay, so how is this going to affect the community? Above it, this is a juggling act. And the foundation is about endings, okay? It's a juggling act. If they end it, then that's going to change the community, change the laws, okay? And when you have the community, you have the roots, everything growing under there, holding things together. So they're juggling this idea. If they ended some of this and made this change, how it would affect the community, the rule of law, etc. The outcome is about perfection. The light coming in. Above it, we have where this is moving to. And the foundation is what's under the surface. So they're trying to figure out again. Let's pull this apart on the foundation, the arguments about the ending, and looking at what's under the surface. how it looks on the surface, but really what's driving it underneath is important. Above it, we have things are at a standstill. Are they seeing it from a different view? And they're juggling on what move to make with this. At the center of it, they're looking at the changes that could happen if they ended it, instituted something new in the community. And so they're trying to figure out the perfect way to navigate this. So we're going to go ahead and do the regular tarot now and see what else it's going to give us on this. Let's give these a good ruffle shuffle first. You know, they want to do all they can to protect Trump, but the arguments they're making, you know, they know that if they approve this and he gets this immunity, he could do away with SCOTUS. Okay? So I think they're kind of feeling between a rock and a hard place on this. But let's see. So above it all, what's driving it is, they're feeling stressed when it comes to this. Feeling stressed between a rock and a hard place. And they have to give the sage advice. Okay? So they're struggling with how to deal this because they look to them as an authority and they're really feeling a bit beleaguered by this. Although I don't know why, because it's really cut and clear. When you read the Constitution, no, it's not set up where they can have ultimate power. But yet they're still struggling with this, and they're looking for, sage advice. At the center of it, oh, nope, I picked two cards. I need the top one. Oh, that's even worse. At the center of it, we have the Republican Ugly Party, which so many of them are. So many of them are Federalists, uber right, Republican Party, okay? So they're struggling with this when it comes to, they know what would be the right thing to do, but they also are beholding to the Republican Ugly Party, etc. So what we have above it is facing loss. And the foundation is, they're going to have to retreat. Now they know Republican Ugly Party is facing losses. If they retreat this and say, no, you cannot have immunity. So again, it looks like they are trying to delay things. Because how many are on the payroll of the uber-right Republicans? How many are getting yachts and vacations and, So what we have going into it, looking deeper, okay? What's going on now is where this has to move to. Above it, they are the Justice Department, when we have three major arcana there going into it. The foundation is Trump and also those that are the money people. Okay, the Republican Uglies that are, paying them off in one way or another as well. Okay? So yeah, again, it feels like there is between a rock and a hard place, because they know the Republicans are in a position of losing if they stay this. They want to give Trump a chance to get elected. So let's see what we have. The challenge is, yeah, this big emotional thing, the cup overflowing with all the stuff that's happening now. The outcome is the world. You know, this can affect the world. This can affect our democracy. This could affect a lot of things. Above it, the hidden things, yeah. And we know what some of the hidden things are, who they're getting paid by. And the foundation of it is they don't like what's coming down the pike. And underneath of it, yeah, we're back to this guy again, what he's trying to sell, the merchant. So again, the merchant of who? The wealthy Republican uglies are trying to sell this, and they are at the point of feeling beleaguered with this. It looks like probably behind the scenes, the big money people are kind of leaning on them in one way. So again, the foundation is if they retreating, not doing a lot because the money people, Trump, and not liking what's coming down the pike. Above it, because they're facing loss. And when it comes to the Justice Department, the SCOTUS, there's a lot of hidden things in place. Oh, what a surprise, isn't it? So what we have going on now, it's about moving this forward, and the challenge is the emotional drama, this overflowing cup of things that's happening. Going into it, this is something they were supposed to really look at, but the outcome is affecting their world and the drama that's going on. Now, I think in this one as well, I'm going to go ahead and read it by category. I haven't done that for a while. So if we look at what's running the whole thing, the major arcana, we have starting out the Justice Department. They're supposed to be looking into this, okay, moving it forward. But we have secrets that are fueling their world when it comes to whatever sage advice they're going to give. So, things behind the scenes. When it comes to the money and the daily happenings, we have those of wealth and power that are partially behind this. They are belonging to the Federalist Society, a lot of this, and being run by what? The uber wealthy. So mentally, they kind of keep backing off of this to some degree, because emotionally, they're facing the loss. Just too many things are overflowing now and not liking what's coming down the pike when it comes to the merchants, what they're trying to sell. And so at this point in time, they are feeling between a rock and a hard place, beleaguered when it comes to taking action. Now they know what's the right thing to do. They know you cannot give ultimate power to somebody like that. But then again, you know, the Republican uglies and the uber wealthy want Trump to win, okay? And they're behind, they're fueling a lot of this. And I'm sure behind the scenes, they're kind of leaning on those Federalists in the court. So, yeah, what I get, they're between a rock and a hard place. They know the right thing to do, but they also have the secret happenings behind the scenes when it comes to the uber wealthy, ultra MAGA, uber right that is leaning on them in some degree. So that's what I get with it. I get that they feel they're between a rock and a hard place. They know the right thing to do. You cannot give him ultimate power. But then again, they want to try to stymie it and slow everything down. In order to aid Trump. That's what I get. Thank you for your question.